Hi guys, this is me, Officer-Keption. I'm First Lieutenant in Conflict of Nations, and I can say I've tried a lot in over 175 games, and I came to the point I will only go for the launchers. And if you follow the orders or the tips and tricks, we can say, then your stats will rise up steep upwards, like my did too. I have now, as we can see here, I'm First Lieutenant, 230,000 points, just 16,000, and then I'm a captain. Then I get the new badge. Here are my statistics, 176 games, and a kill to death ratio was a little bit better than 2 to 1, but indeed it was 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 10 to 1. Only the good players sometimes, and then I won with 3 to 1 or so, something like this. Guys, here, this is coffee. I hope you have your coffee ready. If not, you can pause here the video, get your coffee, sit down in your seat. Then let's talk about the launcher strategy. And here we are to the map. Here I'm playing Myanmar. It is day 36. And for sure, we can develop the last level of the launcher at day 27. So since a couple of days, I'm having the last level and we are able to fly. We can go airlift over the map and jump now as we want. And this is anyways one of the key main parts in the strategy. Get the stacks if you have them as a stack with a SAM in it. Get them flying. For example, what I have in Europe. And here you can see I have a full 10 stack of them. And the point is we could add here now, for example, one radar in it, then I would remove one launcher, then it would be a 1-9 stack, and put an infantry in it that the stack can move straight ahead and take the fields with the aggressive mode from Security Council. About those kind of things we can ask in the comments, or I make a single video for the Security Council. This is the aggressive mode. If I have it on, it will shoot automatically in the range here. I mean, if it just moves forward, and if I put an infantry into it and put a radar into it, then it can see all the things, and the infantry will take all the fields. I have most of the time those kind of stacks. And if my opponent is dangerous, I have 2 of them there. In this case, I don't need that. What we do exactly and what we do not, we can do with our resources is pretty easy and simple. We cannot pay for the things. The resources are very rare. I mean, everything. And this we have to handle at its best to have the most launchers at a good point in the game. Push them out of 2 times army bases level 4. This is what we do. And some of the things I will maybe repeat, but then it's maybe just important that you get it. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah. But let me give you a recap about that map, what happened here in that Myanmar map, how I got to that point now of being that superpower that all the other players are again done at around day 30 or 40 or so. This we will do quick and dirty with 5 or 6 pictures in maybe less than a minute. Here I'm Myanmar, here's my home country. I'm here staying at Iran, and the fun thing is, I mean, you can see here all my divisions, what I have here. Enough ships, enough infantries, just 5 launchers for now, but good enough for Iran. I could super easy just shoot other units, and it was good fighting, retreating, coming, and then ran over me and stuff, but I could manage to just beat another player. And then this happened. So Iran was almost done, and now we're facing here more radar signals. In that moment I thought it will be air defense, radar, and whatever. This is what I would have, but then I clicked the stack and I was super happy when I saw this. It is a 12 stack, and the first thing which we see here is the yellow sign. That means stack is overstacked. It has just 93 or here almost 94% efficiency. We can shoot there now with air in it or with launchers, artillery, whatever we have in range units, and it gets a massive minus or more than we would normally deal as damage. And here we can see which I mean it's just perfect, no? So in here this is just 4 of them. At that point of the game I have had more than 5 I have had for Iran. I have no more launchers than that. My biggest stack at that moment is an 8 stack, and I was always with my launchers at the minimum of that level, or I have had more level of it. So I'm pushing them as best as I can. But the thing is, I have had not really problems with Poland, and I was in the beginning of it, I was sure that I can handle it. The Poland stack which we have just seen was in the region of Afghanistan. This is at Mosul, Iraq. It is the same moment. And elite infantry is single infantry alone. No units here in the stack is running over the border. I mean, could have been more perfect. I mean, who is doing that? This we could test here for the first time. Who's doing those? It's unbelievable. You're seeing right. So plan is made pretty easy and simple. The elite infantry which is running here alone somewhere, I don't care for now at the moment. So my only plans at the moment are facing that stack here, that the units here are done. Now I know because of radar and the units are moving above the borders that these are most of them single infantries. and not special or extra radar, extra air defense, extra launchers on the back or whatever. It is not a big army. It's not an army group. This is what I do know now. So I have to face them and then I can move forward because we're talking about Poland, Austria and Greece. And my launcher stack, which we see there at the bottom, it is an 8 stack now, and I have some other launchers there too. So I'm putting them together now. So my first hit into it will be with a 10 stack. And here, this is a mountain region, and this is a last desert field. Here, exactly here, this is the last mountain field. If that unit comes and the unit can move fast, but then where you see here the arrow, exactly here, the unit will slow down. I can shoot from behind and so on. And this is exactly what I could manage. I was able to shoot into that pretty good, and it didn't shoot back. You know how to do those clicks because you're maybe an advanced player, okay? But for me with the resources, it is a weight of one hand. We have the pounds in weight to develop and push in the army bases, and on the other hand we have the things to do to move forward, to balance our resources, to achieve more and more army base levels. This is the main key. And then forward. And then within all the fight, another thing happened on this map. We can see here it is I see in Saudi Arabian unit arriving. It is a partner of Iran. It is coming here, a 6 stack unit, where I think, what the fuck, what is happening now? But then, I mean, now we come to the really thing. Who's doing that? I mean, come on. Yeah. Guys, look at this. 2 tanks and 4 nationals. Just one of the almost best levels. This is, I think, at the moment level 5 or 6. Can get more levels. And guys, they did push here more levels on it. Unbelievable. So this was our recap. Let's come now to the hit and run. And with hit and run, I'm not talking about that here. I know 100% that this opponent is inactive. For sure, normally this red fire line, which we see here the fire line, right? This I would never show all the time. Let's go here on standard. This is now on standard. Your unit will move 6 minutes because this is the latest order. If I put the unit on stay, it will shoot all the time. You see, if you have no security council, so you have no fire controls, then you can control the unit by firing. If you say now, for example, move here, it will move 35 minutes. If you know the unit will shoot 5 pass, this is in 50 minutes, the unit will be there. This is a little bit too much. This is 1 hour and 10 minutes. Here it is 42. Okay, it's okay. But in this way, we would show now our unit 8 minutes. I don't like that, so we put it to 50. We counted out that at 50 somewhere there we can shoot. Now in this kind of configuration, I would show my units 1 minute if I can live with that. Going to the supermarket now, in 50 minutes my unit will shoot, and in 1 hour and 52 again, which means I have plenty of time for my life. I'm not sitting all the ways here. I make my plans, make my clicks, and that's it. But I do have the security council, so I do not need to do that. If I am close to a unit, which is here the case, then I go just on hold fire is one option, but it's not good. It would never shoot back. I go on return fire. Now, if a unit shoots on it, at least it will fire back. It will not do anything else, but it will at least fire back. The rest of the controls of the Security Council, we can talk about in another video, in a single video about just that, Security Council. The thing is now that we are facing an inactive opponent, but our other opponents will not be inactive, right? And so hit and run means for us, we do have a little problem. Why we do have a little problem? Because of that. We do not have vehicles. I do not play them. I do not have them. They're not part of my strategy. We do not have resources for these, for that, and for this. I said we'll go with the army bases up to the launchers. But in Army Base 1, we built the infantry. In Army Base 2, we built the radar. In Army Base 3, we built the SAMs. And in Army Base 4, we built the launchers. We for sure go to level 5 for the theater defense, but that is another thing which comes on top. There we have one thing. In level 2 army bases, we have the little artillery. On this map, I choose to have this because of India. They attacked me early. So this can happen that I have the little artillery extra. Normally, I'm a little bit faster in launchers. I refuse to skill my infantry. We are here at day 36. The others now at level 5, 6, 7, whatever. If I do see my opponent 3 or 2 levels higher than me in infantries, let's say the guy is here, I see this, they're attacking me now, then for sure I push as fast as possible at least to this. If I do know they are here, I try to get at least here, that I'm not that far away. But I'm not pushing them. I do need them for defense options in the first 10, 14, 15 days. But after such a long time, we should have now our other stuff. Enough launchers, not at the last level, but we will have enough to shoot, to deal damage. And they are not the way to deal damage. They just can take fields or protect cities versus rogues, yeah, which we do here all the time. I stay in every city up to 34%. This I do always. always. So if we can do nothing better because our opponent is strong, we are moving always in a package. No? This is the minimum package we have to move our launchers. And because I know that they are all inactive, I'm moving here without my air. Normally, I would definitely wait for my air to move there. The reason why my air is not here is that I thought about that there's maybe air defense. So I just came online. I know I can fly here now, but normally I would check the area first and then fly with my air there. That my launcher is now moving without the air, that is the only reason. I know they are inactive and that's it. We have a tremendous range where we can shoot, and if they come to follow us with the radar and all that stuff we have, we are the master of the air. In our air room, in our territory is no one flying than me, and even here, my home, I would just give up. And this is such a perfect moment. The opponent is stressed. They are attacking. They are coming. They are happy if you're not shooting them at the first day completely. If they can reach something, just like getting a city of you, destroying something and conquering it, for example. Yeah, I'm not staying there if I cannot hold it. If I know I cannot hold, I even give up my cities. But the main thing in our strategy is only one thing, is that they do not reach the launchers. That is the only thing you have to care about, which is very dangerous for you, are the helicopters. Helicopters or other launchers, if the other commander can play launchers, yeah, then it can get dangerous. But we will always have, with that kind of resource management, we will always be the best in it with that. And there's another reason why we do not need to build tanks. In most games we play an early game, most of our allies will have the tanks. Because of that, that is number one reason maybe we don't need tanks. And the other thing is that we cannot build them because of our strategy. So we have a win-win situation. Our friends on the map are building the tanks anyways. At least one of them will have tanks and we cannot build them. And with all the hit and run shootings, which will come in an extra video, which I just mentioned, we will show that the clicks, and then this will be then just a fighting video. This is now a strategy video. The opponent is coming to us, we are moving away. This we do always. And even the inactive is moving on us. As sometimes we are shooting now here on that. The opponent is coming to us, then we are moving away. Here and shoot again. The opponent is coming to us. We are going here and shooting again. The opponent is coming to us. We're going here and shooting again, and so on and so forth. We go field by field, more, far away. Run, walk. It is shoot, walk, shoot, walk. All the time. And even if we lose our home, we still continue to shoot. In this way, you can stop 5 players. They are happy, they got your home, they're attacking your cities, they think they destroyed your production, and suddenly bam, everything from them is down. And then you retake your cities and rebuild. But let's do it in a proper way, then it does not come to that. And our launchers are so aggressive. We are here at Ankara and just shooting the next one. So I always try to have enough from the shootings and all that stuff from other footages, which is here one of them, but I was never able to catch enough fire moments for that. Really, for the hit and run with shootings and all that stuff, I have to concentrate fully on that, or fully on the strategy. So here we will talk now about the launcher stuff and the resources and how to shoot, and really playing the launcher strategy with hit and run and all that stuff. This we can show in an extra video. This is what I found out. And keep in mind, guys, your overall strength, not only one launcher. I see very often guys have 2 launchers here and 3 there. No, we never do that. We have one power which we have. We can fight at one point at a map, or if we want to fight at another point at the map, we have to have another launcher stack again with all the radar stuff, maybe, or if possible, have more than one radar that you know from 2 directions, or bigger view what is coming, what is not coming. If you have only one radar, it's okay, fine too, but do not move without air defense against good players, and have always air protection over your head, because the most dangerous thing is indeed the helicopter, who deals pretty good damage to vehicles, and this is the attack helicopter. This is the most worst unit, and for sure the Jabo, the ASF, which is a bomber we have in this game too. These are the both units which are very dangerous for the launchers. But as I said, you have always your air protection there. You will have always your air defense there. So if an opponent comes, you will wait with your air defense. You will keep that behind on your territory. We do not fly on their territory, we fly on our territory. Here we are, always. that they do not see us. They maybe have the green radar signals, which they maybe can see in their radar stuff, but that is okay. That maybe threatens them and whatever. And then you know that the guy is there, you are active enough, I guess, and then you come and intercept with your air fighters. You are always there where your units are. So in other words, you are definitely in the range of your airports. Yeah? This is an airport range here, and definitely short ways. No? And the good thing here for me is now every unit here, which is part of my combined army group. You have army groups. Keep that in mind. I cannot mention that enough. Army groups. For sure, we have to run with infantries over the borders everywhere here and there. Then they will see something, but we are not go and make single attacks and run with little stacks into their defense. Then they rape us completely. Yeah? So, and with these players, I mean really good players, we move everything forward on them and maybe a little bit back. Good players, you will see that they move on each other. Then they discover, oh, there's a complete army. Then they regroup, group everything perfect, and then they go into each other. Not just, oh, there's the opponent, let's just go. No, don't do that. And I think it should be not an extra or so, or I do not need to mention extra that activity counts in this game, which means we play here a 24-hour real-time strategy game. Let's imagine that this year is just the front line where we fight. Yeah? We are here from Myanmar, we are coming from here, and this is our front line. Then I would never stay overnight, something like here. Here we have a little example where I'm staying overnight. Here now, I will attack the opponent, which is here the Turkey, in another game. To overnight against a good opponent, we are staying hours away. It will take every day we play some hours to reach the opponent, but this makes sure that if we are at work, in school, we're sleeping, whatever, we don't want to lose our complete army group, right? I can see when I move my units how much I would move. This is 4.5 hours. For a working ship, this would be not enough, but it would be at least enough sleep 5 hours or something like this, yeah? And then we have for sure the other thing. This would be a terrain view. For example, let's move the units here. Then it makes sure that we can fire long with our launchers, because if other units try to drive on us, it takes much time to move through mountains, and we are maybe positioned somewhere here. So it will take hours to come to them, but this is okay every day. Just make sure that you're not losing your army group. And so we come now to one of the last part of the videos. This is then how do we get here to that kind of nice juicy launcher stacks. And this I only can show you on a new map, which we just started, which we see here. So, but here we just teaser now how to start maps to reach then really the launcher. I told you what we will do in the launcher strategy. Play with the army base as a level. This is the level at what you are in that game. Just imagine Tetris or other games. No? It is level 11, later it is level 50, and later it is level 100, whatever it is. In this case, we are talking about army bases. We have army base level 1, which is here the case now. We are playing Libya. This was for sure the first thing I did. I built all the army bases. Here will come now lots of infantry and some other stuff I did here with the resources. Because of that, I have no money at the moment. Here is now everywhere an infantry running, because we have anyways not enough citizen at the beginning. But this is another thing. This will be in a starting video, how to push ASFs and infantry in a proper way to come to the launcher, because this is what we are focused on. We are focused to reach the launcher, and meanwhile reaching the launchers, we will build some raiders out of the level 2, build some SAMs out of the level 3, but we go mainly on the level 4 building, and hopefully there's only one thing in that kind of strategy, but this is always the question with the theater defense from the level 5 army base. This is another level in the game. Do we reach it fast enough against players who want to shoot rockets? Do we have it at that moment? And if not, I don't care if they shoot on my cities. The only thing what we try to avoid, I just mentioned earlier, is that they do not reach our units. If an opponent is really good and tries to launch this thing with you too, you build helicopters. The attack helicopter or the J-boos, something which can poke into it but not run into it. And for sure, if we start a map, you can see it here for the computer cities, and here too. Here can hope in Niger that no player comes in. I want to have that compo city and the electronic city. We are kind of mixed sea nation and country. I will play here fully the country style, the launchers. You see, we start with our ASFs, build at day 1 as soon as you can the first industry or the airport, because we want to start the airfight fighter when the air fighter is available. I will show it again in an extra video for air fighters and infantry push, but just to mention it here because it is part of every strategy, so it is part of the launcher strategy too. It is push your air fighters and your infantry all the time. Yeah, if you can build them, you don't really need your resources for other stuff. Then you can make infantries, so you will have maybe 15, 25, later maybe 30, 35 infantries. But in the air fighters, you do not need to have a second airport. The thing is that you can build the first air fighter after something like 9 or 10 hours, depending to the country you play. With Libya, it takes something like 10 hours. And to develop the air fighters, it takes just a half hour. So my first air fighter starts after something like 10, 11 hours or so. But now the industry is there. And if the industry is there, that means I can now here, because I have the Security Council, I can put here now air fighters on top. And in my building queue, air fighters always number one priority. So we have now here one on top, and this is our main priority thing always. We have to push an army base to reach higher army base levels, or if we do not have an air fighter here in the build, just like that, then we produce an air fighter. Prioritize air fighters always. You only need more than one airport and push your air fighters if you just lost some air fighters in a big battle, or if you see your opponent and you know that guy is pushing air only, there's an air only strategy. This will maybe in a couple of months a video that makes fun. So if you know the guy has too much air and you need fast air fighters, then you would need more airports. You get the second as fast as possible. If it comes to the first fight, maybe the other guy has just one, and then you will win that air fight. It's pretty good. And as I said, our air fighters are only protecting the launchers. We can creep. For example, if we have rock use here and there, single units, and the air fighters have no job, you have no big opponent which you're facing, then you can use your air fighters, save your air fighter hit points as much as possible, have them at the full level that you really can protect yourself at the ground. It is so important that you can have something over your air that they do not what they want. And the summary of this video here, what we have learned is now focus your inf and air first and only push that, do nothing else, to one of the next points. The main part of the strategy is let them come. Get never in touch. Look where they are with your radar. Or if you have maybe the AWACS for the air radar, whatever it is, look where they are, give the launchers something that they can see where they have to shoot. Which brings us to the next point. Make your one shoot per hour, or if you play 4x maps, then every 15 minutes, whatever it is, but do never show permanently your position. Stop firing. If you do not have the Security Council, you can move your unit. The next point, hold your air back. Be the boss above your head. The launchers have to deal the damage, the output, and you have to protect the launchers. And if you are facing the other units which are the most dangerous to you, this is the next point. Focus the units which are dangerous for you. And this is, and then first, the attack helicopter. This is crazy how much launcher they shot on me, and it's insane. The J-bow, any kind of bomber, focus them, and if you move hours away, you can take really good positions and not at the front line. Focus on launchers only. We have no vehicles, and this is the last point of the list, so we are in need of running maybe a lot. So guys, here we are now at the end of the video. Down below at the timeline you can see the chapters that you can watch it again if you need. In the next video, which I just mentioned, we will see the infantry ASF push thing, what we are doing in the beginning, which is for me kind of overall push for all the strategies. And then guys, let's see in the inf ASF or in one of the next videos or shorties.